Greetings, honors U.S. history students. This is the first of many videos you'll see throughout the year. The purpose of these videos, which you'll see almost daily in a calendar week, academic week, you'll see typically five. But the purpose will be twofold. One, to provide context or teach on a particular topic that we're studying at that time that's related to an objective, a learning objective. Or two, it could be something where I want to talk specifically about the schedule, something that you may not understand or that's not clear. And possibly another reason for a video would be to answer a question that came up in class or that somebody sent to me that I would like the rest of the class to know. So we'll be posting these almost daily. They're not going to be required to watch, but they should be helpful. The first topic is about this timeline quiz, one of the first things that we're going to be doing in the class, and something that by at least the end of this trimester should be something that is fairly easy for you to complete. The challenge of teaching U.S. history thematically is that you lose obviously the chronology, because within each unit we'll be studying a topic from a certain point almost to the present. So it's challenging. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of things. So we need a baseline, we need a place where we can start, so I know that you know some events. And that's what this is. These 25 events, or these 25 things, you're expected to be able to know relatively easily eventually. It's not supposed to be easy now. Be clear on that. First time you take this, for a lot of you, this is going to be really difficult. But as we keep working on it, as we keep believing in the system, you'll see that it will make whatever it is that we're studying and whatever the unit is, it will make it quite a bit easier to understand. So below you'll see a matching quiz, and there are multiple. I've already made a couple quizzes related to this, but this happens to be a matching quiz that includes the events that we would like you to know. It begins prior to 1492, prior to European contact, just to understand that before Europeans made contact with the New World, there were already millions of people that were here, hundreds of tribes, some significantly advanced cultures. So that's where we start. One of your parents asked a really good question in our meeting, and she asked, well, where do you even start teaching American history? And that's actually a really good question. For our class, it's going to depend on the unit. So you'll see in our first unit on creating the foundation, important documents and speeches, the first document that we'll look at is the Jamestown Charter from 1606. But on this timeline, you'll see a number of events beginning prior to European contact, to the first slave ship arriving in Jamestown shortly after it was established, 1776, when the colonies declared independence from Great Britain, through the 19th century to events like the American Civil War, fought from 1861 to 1865, through the end of the 19th century, events like the Reconstruction, into the 20th century, to World War I, events that you're probably somewhat familiar with, World War II, which you've studied in the past, which the United States was involved in from 1941, when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, to 1945. The last event on this list is the election of Barack Obama in 2008. So there are a number of events that we think are important for you to provide the proper context. Be clear on this. I don't think it's terribly important to know dates, but it is important to be able to put events into the proper context. It's hard to understand the significance of the Civil War if we're not sure when that happened. So we need to have a foundation of knowledge in order for us to build from the place that we're starting. And that's what we're going to do this year. We're going to do a lot of work. We're going to learn, we're going to challenge each other, and I'm really looking forward to it. We'll see you soon.